guys, welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. Thank you for tuning in on a Saturday. Always excited to be here with you. Talking a little real estate, and I got my partner in crime, Miss April Coleman.
I'm back today. Back
in the house. Glad to have you. Always having fun talking about a little real estate.
Yes.
Right? It beats politics.
Right? Beats being at home all day.
So I hope you guys are doing great, and thank you for tuning in. Hope all is doing well. We got a good show for you. We got some congrats we're going to start with. We're going to go real quickly into that, and then we'll talk about our show. Got a long show for you. So if you're thinking about buying, we're going to talk about 10 important tips that all home buyers make. We've all made them, and we're going to try to help you avoid that in the upcoming year. Mm-hmm. So some congrats to Shipe Road going under contract in record form. I think we had like 3 offers for him.
Yep.
All of a sudden, Ryan said your marketing was working. We were so impressed with you guys, and then offer. Another offer. Another offer, right? And so super excited for them. Said, you guys are great. I said, well, good, man. Show me some love, man. Make sure you say some good things about us. That's awesome. Then right. 260 Circle, Tom, working with him, and excited to get that under contract for them. And then they're buying some land he's going to develop and build this beautiful property in Gatlinburg. Excited about seeing that. Don't worry about it. We got another cabin for you. We sold that one, but we got 3715 Cinnamon Way.
Right.
You know that basement's unfinished? More room to expand. That's you know, as we were talking about investment properties, I want to kind of throw this in there. Do you know in the Sevierville Gatlinburg market, if you're looking for a survey in the next 6 months, it may be tough to find. Maybe tough to find.
Really?
Why?
That's not good.
Everybody's building out in that market. The market's really growing. So check out Cinnamon Way. You don't have to build, don't have to get a survey, and the basement's unfinished. So check out that. Thorn Grove Pike, congrats on the closing on that one. Closed today, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yes. Sunny Ridge Lane's coming up to close. Fox Lonis is right around the corner with the contract. Cherokee Orchard, we mentioned that, is under contract. And then Indian Creek just went back on the market, so you want to check out that property. So, all right, we'll get right into the show. Before we get into the show, April, anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to discuss with the people, man?
No, not today.
You know, it's funny. I was talking about the people. I was watching some of my Facebook memories, and they come back on, and they go, my daughter always used to go, well, I want to talk to the people. You know, she get in there, she was to talk to the people. I almost put on social media the other day, if you guys do like the Facebook story deal, it kind of pops up. So it's a really good opportunity to kind of bring, you know, Facebook didn't bring a whole lot to the table, but they do bring the mememories, which I do appreciate.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah. And so my daughter was out there and she hurt herself. It was a couple of years later. She was like, if you want to sell your home, call my daddy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I was like, she said, what did you say? I said, that's you, Kinsley. That's you on the radio. I mean, that was you. I was putting you to work. She's like, well, I didn't speak properly. I was like, you were a little, man. I was like, you little. And she was so cute. So a little fun stuff like that. Yeah. You guys are in business. If you understand owning a business or being in business or running a household, that's a business as itself to get the kids in gear.
Amen.
I know I ran out the door. My wife says I run out the door every now and then to get some sanity. I think she wants some sanity.
Yes, I do.
So that's always eventful. So kids are a full-time job for all you mothers out there. We cannot do it without you guys because us daddies would go crazy.
Yep, you sure would.
So as always, we're on the radio. Make sure you know we're a proud sponsor of the Vols. We love our Vols. Show us some love. Always giving away games. So check us out on social media. Any upcoming games that we got your back. We love to send them to you. All you got to do is like, subscribe to the channel, and we're going to pick somebody every week that we've got the upcoming contest.
You got it.
So what else, man? Don't forget the radio. Hey, you guys on News Talk?
Yeah.
What time are those guys? Are 1 o'clock, 98.7. And then, of course, Talk Radio, 92.3 FM at 11 o'clock. And just happens if you're in the car or in the radio or you're in the game or something and you couldn't catch us on the radio, we got our podcasts out and you can check out those on ryancoleman.org.
Fun
so
times.
That's all my information. So
that's all of it. Are you sure?
It's a lot to cover in the radio. Nick, make sure, hey guys, my marketing team makes sure I cover all the points. And if I don't cover the points, then we have to come back and recover, man. So I try to get them all in the front part.
You better. Get in trouble.
All right, guys. So if you're looking for a home in today's market, it could ever be challenging.
Yes.
You know, obviously buying or selling real estate as a whole, as they say, one of the top investments that could be stressful. One of the highest investments that you could purchase and most stressful. Me and my wife have went through this process. We've been
Mhm.
in your seat. We've gone through this journey. And even though we're in real estate, it doesn't make it any easier.
No, it doesn't.
We feel the same pain that you guys do.
You got it.
I remember one of the houses that we were moving into, and like everybody that puts their home on the market, they say, well, I've got dog babies,
Mhm.
fur babies, I've got kids, my house is a mess, I'm working, my spouse works, I work. How are we ever going to get this house ready for the market?
Mhm.
And then you get the agent that comes over and they say, well, you got to do this, you got to do this, we got to have curb appeal.
Keep your house spotless.
Keep
for
it
the
spotless,
for
like
the
spotless. How
buyers.
does that happen? Or you'd be
Yeah.
like us and just say, well, that's never going to happen. So
So good
we're
luck.
just going to go buy first and we'll come back and we'll just leave it a rental.
There you go.
We'll never figure it out.
No.
Let somebody else deal with it. No, all jokes aside, that when you're in the marketplace, these are things that are the challenge. And we want to talk about 10 things today that, we've all done. Or if this is your first home, there's a first time buyer mistakes that you don't want to make. Okay. And that number one is falling in love with a home too quick.
Mm-hmm.
Falling in love with a home too quick. So let's start there, April. When you start the process, when you tell us your story of when you bought your first home.
Oh, my first home?
And then did you get excited about it, or did you look at a lot of property? What's the process? How do you start?
I can tell you about both of our homes
Okay.
that we bought. It's pretty much the same experience. But in today's market, you better not take too long to fall in love with a house, just FYI. Or
Why
if
is
you
that?
just can't, because if you kind of fall in love with it, but you want to go look at other ones, it may not be there the next day.
But that's such a good idea and a point that in the normal market, I was telling a seller the other day that the normal market is you could look at a home online and you could go back home and talk with your spouse and maybe go see it on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Not in today's market.
No.
I
Or
mean,
FaceTime.
it's as soon as it hits the market, we're having multiple showings or multiple offers. So it makes it tough, doesn't it?
It does. It makes it real tough. So the problem is going out, looking at the house, falling in love with the home, but then not really sure and kind of second guessing yourself. So if it is that feeling of falling in love, you better make the decision quickly because you'll probably lose out. And then again, if you feel like that the market's just so hot that you better go grab up a house, the first one that you see, it may not be the best idea either. I mean, if you're just not having that feeling about the house, then wait, because I know that I looked at several houses for my first home and wasn't really feeling it, but kind of would have settled, which is the same kind of thing scenario with us. We'd go to houses, we'd say, well, this isn't right, the floor plan, this or that. Well, we could deal with this because we just didn't find anything that we really liked. And we waited and we finally found the house that we fell in love with. So.
And that has a lot to do with it as well. I mean, it just depends. Everybody's got different motivations and times.
Right.
Some people are being transferred in from across states. We're
They don't
dealing
have
with that
time.
all the time. And some of our guys are out of state and they don't even have the luxury of even looking at the home.
That's true.
They're buying out of state. We're helping friends that we're working on a deal right now. And the friends are coming to look at the property. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things, one of the values that we bring to the table for our sellers is all of our walk-through properties. So for all of our out-of-state buyers, at least you can kind of walk through the property online and get a better feel because there's nothing more fearful. And we've done it. We've bought 10 hours away, buying that property and not seeing it, but knowing that you'll have no opportunity if you don't do it that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Makes it tough.
And then I think I agree with you, April, the gut feeling, whether it's your first home, whether it's your luxury home or you're downsizing, make sure you have that good feeling about it. Because if you don't feel it, you have that buyer's remorse and then, end up having to call us back and to resell it. And so that's never a good thing.
No.
Number 2, getting an inspection is important.
It's big.
And I think it's one of the most important things, whether you're buying new construction or a resale, get an inspection. Now, you would say on the new construction, April, maybe I don't. We bought new construction and we're helping one of our physicians now that's buying new construction. And what do we say? I will always recommend an inspection.
Right. Oh, it's new construction. There may not be anything wrong. There is.
And you've seen it, right?
From experience.
Yeah. So now the market's hotter than ever. They're in rows. They got them behind our house, right? They're just throwing them up and there's no oversight. Yes, there's the county. Yes, they go through inspections, but you want to do those inspections. We found multiple items.
Yes.
These weren't major items. One was a hairline cracked, right, in the foundation. So different things like that. And then our experience of going through that process with the builder, you usually find some pushback from the builder.
Yes.
Because, they have their process. They don't, it slows them up. But
they're a good builder. They should do it.
Good builders are going to stand behind their product.
Exactly.
It's new construction. Remember that old statement? Say, well, it's not new. It's new, honey. It's brand new construction. So we want that new feel. Look, we're coming on a break. Hope you enjoying spending time with us on a Saturday. We're going to talk more about this after the break.
There's no place like home, and this basketball house is special. The great games, players, championships. It's a true home court advantage.
I'm Ryan Coleman. Both basketball and real estate take great drive and determination. Whether you're in the market to buy or sell a home,
let Hometown Realty give you the home court advantage.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no-obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you. All right, back after a break. We're going through this pretty quickly, talking a little real estate. If you're tuning in the first time, thank you for tuning in, showing us some love. And I've got April in the studios.
Yes, today you have me.
I don't always get her in the studios. It's been hard with everything going on, and so it's always good to have her in the studios.
Well, thanks.
I always tell everybody it's hard to sit here and just kind of talk to yourself all day.
I know.
It's hard, man.
I know.
My wife says
just talk to kids all day.
my wife says I do it well. I just talk all the time anyway. You just start rambling. All jokes aside, as we're going into the break, coming out of it, and she'll say, it'll be late in time. So listen, real estate with Ryan, you never know what you're going to get here. So we'll go off topic a little bit.
Oh, gosh.
So we'll start talking about real estate, and that's kind of what we do in the Coleman house. It's all real estate, right? So we start doing these radio shows. I go, honey, I don't know if I could ever do these radio shows. And he said, sure you can. Just talk like you do in the evening, and you put me to sleep. I said, what?
He does.
Tell him, man. Tell him.
He does. Okay. And then he said, are you not listening to me? I sure am. Keep on talking. I'm going down.
So the nights at the Coleman house with all the kids and everything's winding down, it's probably 10, 11 o'clock, right? Right. And then I don't know if you're like most of you guys out there, you got things in your mind, and so me and my wife are strategizing. And then there's a certain point where she just kind of goes out and kind of zones out.
The best sleep I've
zones
ever had.
out, and she goes, well, just keep talking, honey. I go, well, are you listening? She goes, no. She goes, yeah, just keep talking. It's soothing. I'm like, what?
That's the best deep sleep I get.
So, man, that's what I get. That's what I get at home.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, man. I thought I'd throw that in. I told you never know what you get when April's on it in the morning. So I put her to sleep. So anyway, let's talk about
Hopefully not you guys.
No, man.
No, they're awake, right?
Hey, listen, to talk on this radio show, any guys that do this nonstop is not an easy task. To sit here and talk to a screen or a camera and just nobody responding back is the hardest skill there is.
Yes.
And a lot of props to those people that do it, and they do it well. A lot of guys on the radio station, I can barely get on here in 20 minutes anymore.
I'm telling you.
But we enjoy it. We do it for you guys. Hope you find it helpful. And we always like to bring you some up-to-date information tips on the real estate market.
That's right. Speaking of home inspections.
Keep me on track.
That's right.
All right, home inspections. So we're coming on the break. We're talking about why it's important for a new construction and then resales.
And
so overall, just number one thing that you should do. And, it's a couple $100. You do a radon, you do a septic, maybe you do a home inspection on the termite, then you do a termite. Best money that you'll spend. I tell all my clients, I'd rather see you spend $700 and the deal not go through versus spending $700,000 and then you get into that house that never stops having Murphy.
Issues.
Just Murphy issues. What's number 3, April?
Ignoring the hidden cost of buying a home. So when you go to purchase and you're getting a loan, or if you don't get that home inspection and there's hidden cost, literally hidden.
So those are repairs that other than cosmetic, that you wouldn't think about. Then, you got your lender fees. So you got title fees, you got appraisal fees, you got more inspection fees. Oh, if there's something on the inspection or the appraisal, then the bank charges you a fee to go back.
Oh, yeah. Fees on
So
fee.
you'll get the closing statement and you have a sheet like this of all the different fees.
And can I just say this
Sure.
randomly? I went to the hair salon today, and did you know that they told me that if they use hot tools, they're going to be charging $15 extra? Another fee. Hot tools to get my hair curled. I said, forget it. I can curl my own hair.
Yeah. Well, that's in the market that we're in,
Fees
guys.
and fees and fees. Everybody wants to charge
the fees. Everything costs more in today's market. Everything costs more. Everything's increased, and it's getting to where inflation's just getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the biggest challenges that we're facing in the real estate market today. At what point in today's market is affordable housing going to be there into where it pushes people back into the renting market, and there is no more affordable housing?
Right.
So that's a challenge that we're running. So make sure you follow some of these tips so that you can be right in line with what we need to be. So the hidden costs, what else, April? If you had hidden costs, I think they're probably helpful that most people don't know. I'm trying to think.
I think that's about it. I was always surprised when you have lender fees, title fees, appraisal fees.
I know.
Every fee, taxes. I mean, everything that comes up on your settlement statement.
And I think most people don't realize that when you're moving, the moving cost, if you're moving across the country or across the state,
right.
not only finding somebody in this time frame to do it, but the cost now across to California, San Diego, or Texas, those numbers have skyrocketed about 30% or more. So make sure you check out your moving costs.
Yeah.
Number 4, verbal offers, verbal agreement. I think one of the biggest challenges that we have is our sellers and buyers. When we put a buyer together with a seller, and let's say that they met them or they went back by to do a second look after we showed them the property.
Right.
And before you know it, the buyer and the seller get to talking. And then they come back and say, Ryan, well, we talked and we're doing this and that. And then when we talk with the other agent, it's totally something different. So make sure you get with your agent. Have a good agent in the marketplace that's going to represent you. We know a couple over here. We got your back. But if not, make sure you put everything in real estate in writing.
Yes.
Nothing verbal. It's always great to meet the sellers and have that opportunity to talk to them where they're moving and a little history on the property. But leave all your negotiating with your realtors so they can take care of you. That's what you hire them for. Let them do their job.
Exactly.
What else we got, April?
The advice of family and friends.
Lord, we never buy anything if I listen to all my family.
Oh, no, me either. No. I mean, sometimes it's good advice and sometimes it's not. Sometimes they give you advice that we can't give you, and try to help you guide. But we've had those that it's a little bit too involved.
Well, with your kids, we've got kids, and so you do anything for your kids, and you want to help them the best you can. Ultimately, they got to make their own decision. I mean, I think it starts out having a great agent that understands that if they're the first-time buyer,
right,
or they bought several, maybe they're going off to college, or maybe it's it's your move up. Listen, most people don't realize that you may buy 5, 7 homes in your whole lifetime.
Yeah,
and that buying process after you do it. You forget the process, and it's ever changing every year. There's always something going on. So trust in your agent, trust in your family. When in doubt, mom's always right. No, right? Is mom always right? Lean on mom's guidance. You usually can't go wrong, right? Number 6, using the resale value as a gauge. I've said, one of the biggest things, if you're going to buy a property, whether it's investment property or it's a resale, I always look at my area surroundings. I want to look at the comparables. I don't ever want to buy the most expensive property, even in today's market. But if I do buy something, I want to look on the exit strategy. Is it a 3-bedroom, 2-bath? Does it have a garage, or all the surrounding homes have garages? Is there something weird or different about the property that may cause it not to sell if I get transferred? Or God forbid, let's see, I get married and I go across state. Let's see, I don't know, any of those circumstances. We could have those come up. And if you need to sell it, even if you bought it in a hot market and it's overpriced, if you made sure you check out your area resales, you've done your homework. Because that's where we talk about that number 1. We fall in love with it too quickly. Right. And we just loved it. It's cute and everything. But then functionality, we pay too much for it. Right. And it doesn't fit the neighborhood. Real estate's always local, as a whole. So number 7. What do you mean?
Pre-approval.
Not obtaining pre-approval before looking. This is big. And this, I wouldn't say this is first-time buyers. I say this is every buyer. We have a lot of buyers, high net worth individuals. Like, I don't need to pre-approve. I bought several homes. Well, as the real estate market changes, as the cycle changes, as April was saying, everything's costing more. Who do you think is looking a little bit harder at the finances?
Right.
That's Mr. Bank.
Mm-hmm,
The lenders are looking at you tighter.
They are.
And the first people that they're looking at are people like ourselves, self-employed, people in the marketplace that don't go work for somebody. And so they're tightening restrictions. We talked about Fannie Mae making a change on the investment market coming up in the year. So there's all those guidelines that it's very important. What you did 5, 10, 15 years ago, that's how that market changes.
Right.
So make sure you check with a lender and you have all that put away, because I can tell you in today's market, even if you're solid, I worked with a physician just recently, put under a contract, and he was solid as can be. But not having a lender letter in hand may cause you to miss out the deal to your next buyer. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
We got 8, not researching the housing market trends. And I think just to follow the trends, meaning be educated on what the market is, whether you're buying now or in 6 months. Know that in today's market, the house is listed at $330,000. If it's priced right, you can't come in at $270,000. You can't. Don't expect to get $20,000 or $10,000 in closing costs. I'm just telling you where we're at. In today's market, we want to secure property.
Yep.
And then number 9, and we'll end it with that, is not utilizing the agents or the team that we hire. Guys, you're delegating this task because it can be overwhelming. We know it's one of the most stressful things that you can do is buy real estate. Sit back, let your experts go to work for you. Trust us, we got your back. Let us negotiate for your interest, and everything's going to be smooth. It may be stressful, it may not always be easy, but at the end of the day, hopefully we can give you your forever home and give you those keys that make sense.
True. And
we got just a few seconds.
Yeah, no. And then there's another side of that is don't call the selling agent directly or the list agent directly if you're on the other side of flip things, because that makes it a little bit complicated for each party.
Makes it hard to negotiate. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed our show. Every week we're here Saturday talking a little real estate. I'm Ryan Coleman, along with my lovely co-host, April Coleman. We hope you guys have a wonderful week. And if you need us, 693-SOLD. See you next week.